Is there anyone in the room? Am I talking to myself? You know what? That's okay if I am, because I do anyway. Hello! Excellent! Let's get cracking, shall we? Because today is an ink that I really like. So, let's do the usual rundown, just so any newcomers know what's going on. The Clairefontaine 1951 staple-bound notebook. I've been using it for weeks now, as you know. Hi guys! Thanks for joining. At least I'm not talking to myself. We are using the Pilot Parallel. This is the 6mm because it's one of my favorites, and as you know, I highly recommend that everybody has at least one of these bad boys. And the ink, it's all about the ink. Today we are using Bungubox June Bride. Sorry, I can't talk. My words, the words aren't working. So we're going to use Bungubox June Bride, and as you can see from just like the tube, it's kind of like a beautiful blue-green, turquoise, teal type thing. Hello! Okay, so just for those of us who enjoy this. Oh, that's so good. All right. Erin says, it's smelling good in the kitchen this morning. Well, I am very jealous, but I can tell you that this stuff smells good too. Like inky. Okay, so let us just do some quick notes so we know what we are using. I know many of you know already. But just in case my words don't make sense or are illegible, this is the Clairefontaine 1951 notebook. We are using the Pilot Parallel in 6mm. It's crazy that you can use a nib this large and write like that. If you're a Linux user, would you use Ubuntubox? Oh my goodness. Okay. And the ink is, sorry, Bungubox June Bride. Okay, let's write. Shall we write June Bride? Oh, perhaps we shall. Beautiful color. It's definitely a summery, something blue type blue. Does that make any sense? Like something blue, like wedding blue, bride blue, I guess, hence June Bride. Hello! And then we're gonna do a simpler B. I'm making things up here. Like, I don't know what kind of letter this is. It's just, I'm just writing. That's the fun. June Bride. Okay, so let's let that dry for a second. I'll just do some quick swabbage here. Stunning blue. It's a bit of a blue-green, but definitely more to like the lighter blue side. This is the kind of like turquoise that I like. I like turquoises that have a bit of green in them. So we have June Bride, and I was gonna say I should like draw a wedding dress or something, but you guys have seen my drawing skills. They are seriously lacking. So let's not. What is that? I don't even know. What is that? Goodness gracious. Hello. Hello. Okay. Etc. So let's take a look a little up close. Isn't it gorgeous? It's still drying up here. Excellent shading. You guys know I like the Bungubox and the Sailor and the Kobe inks a lot, so The Bungubox, if you don't know, is made by Sailor for Bungubox, and they're excellent. They smell so good, like kind of like inky, a bit like acrylic paint, but not in an overwhelming way. And they're well behaved. They shade really nicely, as you can see. Very beautiful. So let's let that dry. And in the meantime, boom, I got me some swabs here. These are swabbed on my coloring ink testing book. I always say coloring. I don't know why. On my coloring ink testing book. And here we have the Bungubox June Bride. So it's kind of hard to tell on the camera. I think it looks a little more blue on my screen than it does in person. It's got a bit of green in it. Not super heavy on the sheen, possibly because it's not as heavily saturated as some of Bungubox's darker colors, more intense colors. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that in this case, you can really see the shading really well, obviously. So let's put that there. I also pulled out, I have a whole bunch of just random colors here. Robert Oster Blue Water Ice. Obviously, it's not the same color category, but let's go with it anyway. We have the PV Aquaman Trève Turquoise, which is a blue turquoise. We have Waterman Inspired Blue, which is also supposed to be their turquoise. And you can see that this is obviously much more green than the typical turquoise. We have the Giabin Bleu Pervenche, which is, it's turquoise as well. A bit bluer, maybe. We have Monteverde Caribbean Blue, which is definitely a light blue. Like, I'm thinking like Caribbean lagoon type blue, you know. Diamine Havasu Turquoise. These are all very turquoise. So I also pulled out a couple greener turquoises and teals. We have Kobe 48 Marche Blue, which is a lot more green than this one is. We've got Robert Oster Bondi Blue. Not quite a match, but in the same category, I think. We've got Montegrappa Turquoise, which is definitely a more green turquoise. And then we have some, I've got a, yeah, okay, yeah, that's a double, sorry. We've got Robert Oster Soda Pop Blue, which is definitely just blue, straight up blue. We've got Kobe 48 Ioya, like that's a lot of vowels. It's Cascade Green, which is just green. We've got Waterman Mysterious Blue, which is blue-black, and I don't know why it's in my pile. And Schaefer Script Green, which is definitely more green than this is. So I think the closest might be the Robert Oster Bondi Blue, but they're still different. This one's got a lot more sheen. It's a bit bluer, I think. But anyway, we're just looking for fun, right? Like, it's just fun to take a look at all these swabs. Oh, swim in the swabs. Okay, that's maybe weird. So, what did I do with it? Where did I put it? Where did it go? Ah! So not a true blue, and it's not a full green either. So if you are looking for something, like, here we go. Let's just do this. A turquoise. Okay, so we've got a blue, a light blue, a turquoise. We've got the Bungubox June Bride, and then we have a true green, which is the Schaefer Script Green. So it's definitely somewhere in between all of these. And you know what that means? That means you can justify it to yourself. And this is how I end up with many bottles of ink. Too many bottles of ink, maybe, some might say. So let's do a bit more writing. This is really a very pretty name for an ink. I mean, June Bride, this is really the kind of color I would picture. That's quite nice. Great shading, as I said. Really nice shading. quite well behaved. Now, this was just inked, so it's going to be pretty wet. There's a tiny bit of bleed through, but with normal use, like down here, it's just a bit of show through. Totally usable for the back sides of your pages. Oh, listen to this. Ready? Oh yeah, that's so good. I'm not the only one who likes that. I know you guys are into that. Okay, let's write just random words because that's what I do. I say it again, if you don't have a Pilot Parallel, get yourself at least one. And if you only can have one, get the 6mm because that's the most, it's the most dramatic. You know, you can just do like the craziest things with it. It's super easy to clean. It's so robust. I think I've mentioned this before. I've had these for, I don't know, since like 2011. And I've used these, like my parallels, for hundreds. I'm talking like multiple hundreds, like 300 to 500 ink reviews. And they're still going strong. So look how beautiful. Oh, it's so nice. So nice. Everyone is so quiet. I feel like a nut, like just talking to myself about this ink. I mean, even if you're not a June bride, there's absolutely no reason we cannot all have this ink. Please excuse my hideous handwriting. The whole point is just to look at the prettiness. The pretty. Oh, you're mesmerized by the inkiness. That's great. That's great. Hi, everyone. Yay. I saw that Seymour is in here. Hi. So exciting. Okay, let's look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I really I just love it. I only have this sample, and I think this is one of the colors I'm gonna have to get a bottle of. This is my kind of turquoise greenish thing. Now, if we just do some quick splatter. This is how I do my splatter, in case you don't know. I just take my parallel, turn it on its corner, turn it on its edge, and I just tap it. It is a bit messy. Ink can splatter on your shirt. It does happen. It can splatter on things that you were not hoping to have splattered, and then you have a mess of sorts. Okay, I was trying to write down here, but I think it's almost off camera, right? Okay. Okay, can you see it? Sort of. That's good enough, right? I'll move it up a little. It's a good one. This ink is a really good one. And as I said, not super similar to other inks that I already have, and maybe different enough for yourself. They're not inexpensive. It is a $43 bottle of ink. They do last a long time. So there you go. I hope you like it. I think it's a pretty one. Let's put the swab back in the screen so we can take a look at that too. And my little ink vial. There we go. This is the kind of ink that I would like use to the last drop and then like lick the excess out of the tube. But don't actually lick the excess out of the tube. Okay. Anyway, let's wrap it up because you probably all have to get back to life and work, but I hope this was a little bit fun. And that's all. We will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.